Thank you and good afternoon. I'm joined by Alessandra, who spent
Hello.
all of her career in hospitality, and I'm Neil, and I run Focus Group. So I guess who are we? We're a tech company. When I say tech company, I think IT, think cyber, think mobile, think IoT, think voice, think connectivity. And we have around about 20 offices. Oh, we should probably tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about revenue, help drive revenue in your businesses, provide greater resilience, and how can you leverage us to leverage AI, to look for those use cases that you're thinking about to be able to drive that change within your business. So Focus Group, we're a tech company focused on voice, connectivity, IT, cyber, AI, IoT, mobile. We want to bring together all these technologies in a cohesive, orchestrated way to give your business what it needs to do to thrive. We have around about 30,000 customers, typically in the SME space across the UK. We have offices all here in the UK, and also whilst we have thousands and thousands of robots, we also have some people as well. We have about 1,300 specialists that are here to provide a human contact touch. And we're going to talk a little bit about AI and how we're developing those robots and supporting businesses like your own. We work in a number of industries, but two of our strongest industries are the healthcare and hospitality sector. And actually, we think they're pretty good. They can learn from each other. There's a lot of similarities between the two. They're tight margins, as you can imagine, in this space. You probably heard some of the presentations this morning, how challenged the market is with the cost of employees going up, with national insurance, with all the overheads that are coming through. We're seeing that in our profit margins. You see it in high expectations, so a combination of thin margins and high expectations from either patients or consumers, business travels, whoever it may be. That's a challenge. And your reputation is absolutely critical in this market. It's hugely sensitive and it can change very, very quickly. So you have to focus on those moments that matter, and using technology to help you do that is always going to support in the right way. And typically what we're seeing, and we're not suggesting this is the case for you individually, but we're seeing pretty manual processes and out-of-date technology and out-of-date infrastructure. So we're here to help and support you on that. Now, I'm not going to dwell upon what we're doing in healthcare. I think you probably get the analogy. This is kind of hygiene factor. This is table stakes. But to give you an idea of how we work with businesses, it's about looking at the journey of their consumers, or in this case, in patient journey. So when you look at the patient journey, I know my patient journey with the healthcare practices is I struggle to get an 8 o'clock I struggle to get an appointment with a GP, and I phone at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, and I just get stuck on an engaged tone for a good half an hour. And then if I do get through, probably the person on the other end is pretty stressed after a really tough Monday morning. We're there to understand those pain points and change them. So what we're doing in the healthcare industry, automation, analytics, data, and AI, ripping through those old legacy ways of working, giving people much more self-serve opportunities to be able to do repeat prescriptions, to be able to do book yourself online when you'd like to go, in the same way you'd book your tumble dryer being delivered one day with the engineer coming along, book your appointments in exactly the same way. But we're not here to talk about patient healthcare. We're going to get onto hospitality, but how we can use those lessons to support you. So very briefly, I'm going to introduce a topic to you. You're looking for use cases. I've spent 3 years working in the US. You heard this morning on stage that there's a lot of discussion about use cases in the US, and we're not seeing as many over here. Well, we have one for you today. We're going to introduce a topic called conversational AI. Now, conversational AI is to understand what's happening across your business, all those touch points that you have, whether it's a conversation on the phone, whether it's chat, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's email, understanding that, distilling that, getting all of that insight and all of that data and supporting you. So you can know the customer on the end of those interactions, how are they feeling? Is one of your employees challenged with making people feel good about themselves and you're struggling with that? Well, maybe there's a retraining exercise there. Maybe there's opportunities to learn from the best salespeople in your business or the best customer service people. Well, That's what conversational AI will give you, and that will help drive your revenue, help drive that reputation, and we want to talk about that in a moment, about how that's going to help in your hospitality space. So this is Alessandra's now turn to talk, because we'd like to think about how some of those tools, processes, capabilities are able to support you in the hospitality space. Alessandra, tell us first a little bit about the challenges you see, and then maybe go into a deeper dive on conversational AI.
Well, thank you, Neil, and thank you all for being here today. Obviously, I'm not such an eloquent speaker as Neil is, but I'll try my best to match his great skill set. I worked in hospitality for 30 years, and we all live through those challenges. Your phone are ringing, your email are pouring in, and how you meet those guest expectations. And what we're seeing is the guest expectation has changed. Now the technology is available on the day-to-day to provide the instant service that is needed, that carry the technology with them in their pocket, and they expect the same level of technology when they walk through the doors. But what does that do? It creates endless queues through your phone lines and your kiosk and your teams, and it doesn't allow to engage with the guests at the very same level. The workflows and the system are fragmented, so how can we continue to support those processes that we have in place? Like Neil was saying, through conversational AI today, we can support those processes, allow for the frequent question, the methodic question to be answered by the system and by the technology that is available, freeing the teams and allowing them the time to shine, to do what they do best, which is to deliver amazing hospitality. And through our tool, we can capture leads, we can work on those group inquiries, so the team is only left to the most complex opportunities and provide that amazing guest experience. And like Neil was saying earlier, we can also finally have the data to engage with the team and ensure that they embody those brand standards and the tone of voice in their communication. It's not about quality checking 1, 2, or 5% of your calls. It's about having access to all the data that comes across your communication channels, from emails to messaging, but telephony, and having access to 100% of that data to really know your guest and allow the experience to shine all the way through. That many times nowadays with the technology that you have available is quite fragmented, and different data resides with the channels when that data flows through. Having an holistic view allow the guest for a better journey, to interact with you at a human level, and allowing the guest to shine through. So, in doing so, maintaining a level of compliance and security that continues to build on your brand trust with your guest. So that's what we are here today to show. And this is some show you some of the missed opportunities. When you have the technology available, you can monitor the sentiment of the guest from the very beginning, not only with your post-stay surveys or your reviews that are left on your review channels. You can monitor the sentiment of those guests from pre-inquiry to booking journey to upsells all the way through, and allow to increase those revenue opportunities through the upsells throughout the guest journey, and continues to monitor the team whilst they are doing their jobs and support them with their learning journey. So some of the results that we have achieved are here. I'm not going to dwell through the numbers, but we have had great success with NPS score that have improved by over 15%. We have reduced the admin tasks by over 77%, and we finally have a unified guest view across all channels to support all those digital transformations that all of you are embarking on in upgrading your system, and allow for the seamless journey of your guest and your team through the business. So thank you very much. We are here today and tomorrow. We are over there as the stand in the corner. So come and see us if you want to know more and learn more of what we do. We are, like Neil was saying, we have offices throughout the UK, and we already support over 200 hotels, and we cover about 35,000 rooms through the UK. So we're here to help you on this journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good job.